If you inherited a house full of stuff and each piece feels like it's going to be hard to part with, here's the rule that keeps most people from getting stuck. If you're going to argue about an item for longer than 3 seconds, don't decide. Just put it in a box marked decide later and keep moving. There's really no preparation for this. You unlock the door, you walk inside, and suddenly you find yourself standing in the middle of an entire lifetime of possessions. Relatively straightforward cleanout turns into weeks, months, or even years of procrastination because they're so scared of making the wrong decision. So let's fix this. The first honest-to-goodness thing that you really need to understand is this. As hard as this may be to hear, your loved one is not in the old china set. They're not in the linen closet. And they're certainly not in the dusty antiques. We attach our emotions to physical objects because it feels easier than dealing with the actual void their loved ones left behind. When you enter the house, you cannot allow it to become a walk down memory lane. If you sit on the floor, open old photo albums, and read every handwritten note during the first few days, you will get emotionally paralyzed and you will leave. This is a logistical operation. To successfully get through it, you need to establish the one-touch policy. You bring 2 bags and 1 box into every room. Bag number 1 is for obvious garbage. Expired groceries, old magazines, junk mail, broken items. Bag number 2 is for critical items. Wills, life insurance documents, deeds, financial records, jewelry, family photographs, and cash. Everything else gets a quick decision. If you pick up an item and find yourself debating it for more than 3 seconds, put it into the decide later box. Don't negotiate with your grief on day 1. Your goal is progress, not perfection. The second truth is a hard pill to swallow. You cannot fit a 4-bedroom estate into your current life, can you? Trying to save everything out of guilt does not honor your loved one. It simply turns your garage, basement, or attic into a storage unit filled with unfinished decisions. Instead of trying to figure out what to keep, why not create a physical boundary before you start? Choose 3 storage containers. Those containers are reserved for items that matter the most, not the most expensive items, not the items that might be worth money someday, the items that instantly make you think of the person you loved. Once those containers are full, you're forced to make tougher decisions. And your goal is not to keep everything. Your goal is to keep the things that truly matter. What happens with the items that are too meaningful to let go of, but too large or impractical to keep? Maybe it's your father's workbench. Maybe it's your mother's formal dining set. Maybe it's a collection that took decades to build. This is where the digital legacy loophole comes in. Take photos, record videos, capture the details. You can even tell the stories while you record them. Here's the reality though. What you're really trying to preserve, it's not the object. It's the memory that's connected to the object. 10 years from now, a photo can bring you back to the exact same memory without taking up an entire room in your home. Now let's talk honestly about something many families discover during this process. Most younger family members don't want grandma's antique furniture. They don't want the china. They don't want the collectibles. And you know what? That's okay. Trying to force these items onto family members simply transfers the burden to someone else. Instead, let's change the story you're telling yourself. Because you're not throwing these things away. You are giving them a new purpose. An estate sale allows someone else to enjoy them. A donation helps another family furnish their home. A local charity may put those items to immediate use. And when you start seeing these belongings as something that can continue helping other people, letting go becomes much easier. You're not throwing away someone's legacy. You are allowing their belongings to continue serving others. Look, clearing out an inherited home is an emotional marathon. It's exhausting and it's overwhelming to say the least. And it's one of the hardest transitions many families will ever have to face. But remember this, your loved one's legacy is not measured by how many boxes you get to keep. It's measured by memories, values, and stories that stay with you. And that's exactly where my role as a transition strategist comes in. I don't just put a sign in the yard and hope for the best. My job is to help families navigate the entire transition process. If you inherited a property in New York or New Jersey and you're not sure what to do next, I'd be happy to help. Click the link in the description and schedule a private, no pressure, no obligation 30-minute strategy session with me. We'll look at your situation, we'll talk through your options, and create a clear path forward so you can move ahead with confidence and peace of mind. And I'm rooting for your successful outcome.